Ask me that question again. Simplify the question.
I get $100,000 from Roddy to do a project.
Okay.
I want $10,000 sitting in a safe somewhere in case some bullshit blows up and I gotta save the project, whatever. That leaves me with $90,000.
Okay.
$90,000, I need to manipulate those numbers based on my scope to know, like, okay, is that going to be enough for material plus labor, anyone else I have to hire, and leave enough room for money that I want to make? If not, like, how do I move those numbers to manipulate it?
Well, you're going to control the narrative, right? So, and off the bat, you know that it's going to be at least 40 to 45% labor, and it's going to be probably 50 to 60 to 65% materials. The idea is that you're controlling the materials, right? The labor you have to make work, so you're going to have to fudge those numbers a little bit in terms of your negotiations with guys like me, right? But on the material side, you're just trying to decide. And again, it's all a pattern, it's all progression, because if you've done your design board, you know the cost of your bathrooms, you know the cost of your kitchen, right? Again, if you've done the work in the beginning, you've controlled all the numbers you possibly have controlled. So by the time you come out and you ask Roddy AI for whatever budget it is, right? It's still going to come out and spit out 40% labor, 60% materials of whatever your max allowable budget is.
Right.
So then you look at, let's say, the labor or the material side. Let's say it's, I don't know, 35,000 allotted for this type of project for materials, but you look at your design board and you realize, oh, wait a minute, it's not as expensive. You'll know right off the bat what you're going to control immediately, because you'll know. I mean, you'll just look and say, okay, bathroom powder rooms are about 2,800 materials. Full baths, I don't know, $4,800 materials. I'm just making this up. Kitchen package, 15, 25 grand, whatever. That's allowing you to control that immediately. So even before we negotiate or you award me, you really know the average of what your material costs are going to be outside of what the budget is actually allotting for. It might be heavier. That's a fifth way you control the budget off the bat. Is if your design board and your design selections or material selections are already pre-planned. There's a lot of ways to do it, man. There's a lot of different strategies on how to cash flow your rehabs. It starts with you taking the time, making sure all your shit's in order.
It's general public has this idea of this much is going to this. How can I save?
100%, right? How can I save? You know, the idea is you want to help either your investing partner, you guys as a contractor, you guys as the investor, since you're doing both.
Or everyone.
I think or somebody else, could be a consumer. Yeah. Identify your role in this project. Once you've identified your role, are you the PM, are you the GC, are you the investor GC, are you the owner, investor, and GC? Understand your role and how you want to get paid, right? And then make sure your designs and materials are selected in advance so you know those costs, because you're going to control them anyway. Understand how long a project's going to take once we have a finalized budget, because it's going to be based on metric versus metric. Award a contract based on labor, and then you can go back and decide, what's my percentage on PM fees? What's my percentage on GC fee? Or am I going to scratch that shit and just go with the margin and ensure that there's a chunk of money in there for contingency and anything we need in case there is a blown water main, in case there is a plumbing issue? It's a cushion that you're building in for yourself for what